Welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, my name's Charles. I'm filming this from right outside the Emirates Stadium. And Arsenal fans, it's time that we talked. Here's some Arsenal therapy to get you through the last 23 games of the season. So here we are, 27 games into our Premier League season, and already the word bottle job, bottling, whatever it needs to be, is really hitting Arsenal fans. Social media is rife with people gleefully telling us why Arsenal aren't going to win the league. And if I'm honest, I think some of those away fans have maybe peaked a bit early and shown their hand. The ones that kind of say, oh, I don't mind if Arsenal win, but as soon as we lose, suddenly they pipe up. The WhatsApp messages come through, your Twitter feed completely changes. It's never great. But this is what a title race is. This is what we've been waiting for. Everybody has told us this league is so boring because Arsenal don't score fun goals and every other team is playing rubbish. Well, who would have thought it? The team in 20th place had a bit of bottle yesterday. They capitalised off a David Raya Gabriel clash in the air and got a goal. And kudos to them, to all. Enjoy that in the Championship. The meltdown from our own fan base is as close to bottling it as you'd see. Like, as a fan of something, just think about what you are. You're a fan, you're a fanatic, you're really into it. Why would you suddenly doubt us? We are 5 points clear with 11 games to go. Let's say Man City win against Newcastle, although we'll come back to that. It'll be a 2-point gap. 11 games to go, 2-point gap. That's not over. Yes, we go to the Etihad, but we've been there before and not lost. I don't know why people assume that we can go from being quadruple hopefuls to suddenly being out of everything and it's all doom and gloom. That needle between success and abject failure is way too close. And I'm convinced it's because not enough fans have seen us come through this. I'm old. I know how this works for Arsenal. We're absolutely fine. There's not some big overhaul of Arteta needed. Our players aren't suddenly terrible. We've been playing a game of football every 3 or 4 days for about 6 months now. Like, it is insane. We are already 42 games into our season, and it's mid-February. If we were to do well in all competitions, we will play 65 games this season. That's crazy. Like, do you know how unnatural that is compared to other teams? I think Man United are possibly only playing about 40 games this season. Crazy. Now, yes, I might be optimistic, but I'm a season ticket holder. This is my club. This isn't my club just for like 5-10 years. This is a lifelong commitment. And I've seen us go from being very mid-table. I've seen us win seasons, go unbeaten. Like, I'm old compared to your average fan. And what that means is I've seen how this pans out. There's an odd narrative that Arsenal are bottle jobs and we just finished second and Man City are this absolute juggernaut. But they have 12 games to go. And I don't know in what world you'd assume they'd get 36 points. Like, they've been awful this season. Yes, Pep is still their manager, but the players are different. This team is not firing on all cylinders in any area of their season. And suddenly, because Arsenal have faltered, we've forgotten that Man City have only got 13 points out of their last 9 games in the Premier League. Do you know how bad that is? They've dropped 14 points in their last 9 games. But suddenly, we assume they're going to win 12 on the bounce. Just ain't happening. If they were to lose points to Newcastle, and it's a big if, obviously Man City are the favourites, but then so were Arsenal the favourites against Wolves. But if they drop points, does it change anything? Does Arsenal having a 2-2 draw with Wolves and the league title being over suddenly not become over if Newcastle were to do what they did against Qarabağ? Anthony Gordon steps up, a couple of penalties, Man City lose or draw. Suddenly we go from a 5-point gap and a game in hand for City to being a 5-point gap and no game in hand, or a 4-point gap with no game in hand. These are big differences. Like, Man City have shown nothing this season. And I mean this season with this squad of players, this manager, this setup. They've shown absolutely no reason why they can even win 5 in a row. And as for Arsenal, we take on Tottenham at the North London derby on Sunday. Do I think Arsenal are going to win there? Absolutely. We're way better than Tottenham. Do I think Tottenham can get a result? For sure. It's a North London derby. Form goes out the window. But what happens now in February is not going to define who lifts that trophy in May. Even if we had a gap, let's say we had an 8-point gap by the end of February, right? Let's say it all panned out for us. We wouldn't say the league was done. And equally, why would Man City suddenly have run away with it when they're behind us? They cannot really overtake us with the games in hand until maybe the end of March. We have a week off after this North London derby, and this team that have been playing every 3 or 4 days are finally going to get a rest. Yes, it's only 7 days, I think, between the North London derby and the following fixture. But that's huge. That is huge for a team that cannot keep running themselves into the ground every time. Do we need to start talking about Aston Villa? I haven't seen a single Arsenal fan say that Villa are a threat. But the way people are going on about our form versus City, we have seen Aston Villa get win after win. Like, Aston Villa are one of the most informed teams. When they've been on it, they have been on it. They won, 7 on the bounce, 8 on the bounce? I forget what it was around the Christmas period, including beating us. But I haven't heard a single Arsenal fan worry about them. And rightly so, because I think we're too far ahead of them, and I think our team is too talented to drop as many points as people think they will. We have Chelsea at home after Tottenham. We literally just beat Chelsea twice in the League Cup with their strongest team. Why would they suddenly take points off us? Why would you doubt yourself? This team are top of everything. We're through in every cup. A 2-2 draw isn't the end of us. A loss, sure, that maybe changes what it looks like. We don't lose often. We lost to Man United, and that game could have gone either way. Yesterday, if David Raya catches that ball, it's a 2-1 win. Does anything fundamentally change between our performance and the outcome result? No one would be going, it's the end of the title race. We only won 2-1 against Wolves. Terrible, they're in 20th. Why does it change because one goal went in? It's 2 points. Our destiny is in our hands. And I need you, Arsenal fans, to keep it together. We have literally won championships in this scenario where there's wobbles, there's twists, there's turns. When did a title race ever end with a team winning 12 games in a row? Open your minds. Look at the stats. Look at what you're seeing week in, week out. Could Arsenal be doing better? Yes. Could the football be more dynamic and more goals going in from the likes of Gyökeres and Jesus and all of that? Absolutely. But you've seen 100% in the Champions League. You've seen us being top of the table for 20 game weeks? Don't doubt it because of one draw, or even 2 draws or whatever. Man City, 13 points from 9 games. Where is this juggernaut coming from? Come on. So what can you do as an Arsenal fan? Your mates are all ribbing you. Everywhere you're reading the word that we're bottling it. It's happened again. Second again, LA. You're doubting yourself. You maybe have this horrible feeling because we're so desperate for a title that it's going to go wrong. Well, I'll tell you what you can do. Get yourself into the Emirates, get yourself into away stadiums, and sing loudly for your team and get behind them and see what can happen. And every time you win, go massive. Go massive. If you're willing to go this low when we drop points, go massive when we connect with 3 points. Because there's only 33 available for us now. I want to win all 33. Do I think we will? No. Same reason I don't think Man City will. But on every single game, except for Man City at the Etihad, I guess we're favourites on paper. And even at the Etihad, there's nothing to say we can't win there. I'm not so bombastic that I think we win everything, but it's not outside of possibilities, is it? That we beat Man City at the Etihad or we draw with them. Don't walk into things, sleepwalk into it thinking we're going to lose because 3 seasons ago we finished second, or 2 seasons ago we finished second, or last season we finished second. That has no bearing on how this team play. There are new individuals. There are new coaches. This is a very different season. We are playing against different teams. People need to get out of this rut. Stop thinking negatively. It is purely because we haven't won a league that people's rose-tinted glasses are off or things are slightly askew. I've been there. It doesn't always mean you bottle it. In fact, it very rarely means you bottle it. Arsenal finishing second 3 seasons in a row. We didn't bottle all of those. This narrative is just boring. It's divisive. It gets clicks. It gets idiots on TalkSport having fun. It gets social media people the opportunity to get clicks. Calm yourself down. Arsenal are the form team for this season. And if this month we have a bit of hardship, we have some hardship. We come back in March. We come back in April. We come back in May. And I will hopefully see you outside of this stadium. Outside this stadium, a trophy parade. I'll see you. But before then, it's a North London day on Sunday, North London derby on Sunday. Bring your dinner, let your Tottenham mates know how bad they are. Don't let them off the hook because you're doubting whether we can beat Man City or not. Forget about Man City, 1 game at a time. And that next game, it's in North London, the really shitty part of it. Do your business, get your 3 points, and let's hope Newcastle turn up. It's going to be fine. A last public service announcement. If you want to be positive, if you support the Arsenal, if you want to be at that trophy parade and see fans like me there, like and subscribe. Tell me in the comments below where you're watching this from around the world. and whether you think Arsenal can win the league.